Yo, what's up, guys? This is Steve Burstyn. So, today I'm going to be talking about uh, 4 key tips on how to impress professional soccer coaches at tryouts. So, as you guys well know, if you're following the I Believe journey, is that I'm currently trialing professional teams here in Sweden. And just from my observations from going to other open tryouts, going to professional soccer tryouts, going to tryouts with professional coaches there, I have kind of learned what it takes to really stand out to professional scouts and coaches. Just as a primer, there is a huge rift between elite youth soccer to elite college soccer to the professional game. They are completely different games. The off-the-ball movement, the execution of actions, and speed of thought increases rapidly as you progress in your career. All footballers play the same game, but really, we don't. The rules are the same, but the nuances aren't. Being an elite college soccer player does not make you ready for the professional game. That was a quote I once heard from my old coach, who used to be the assistant coach of the New England Revolution in the MLS. I had that conversation back in 2012 when I was still in high school, but didn't fully grasp what he meant. Now, after training at the professional level and participating in trials, I understand it a bit more. So, professional coaches are not looking for skills that are relative. That means they're based on the players around you. They are looking at your skills as if you were competing on the professional stage itself. So, from my experience, here are the 4 main skills they are looking at while you're on trial or at a combine. So the first thing that they're probably going to be looking at is your technique. That's talking about lobbing the ball, shooting the ball, crossing the ball, chipping the ball, driving the ball, and flicking the ball. These are all actions that are not affected by the level of competition or your teammates. Making contact with the ball and making it move with the right spin, the right pace, and composure is a skill that professional coaches look for. If you drive a ball across the field and it's hit with the right pace and accuracy, it doesn't matter who your competition is. You could be playing a Sunday league game, you could be playing an elite youth level game, you could be playing at a professional soccer game. If you hit it with the right amount of pace, that's going to translate onto the professional stage. So the second tip that I have to impress professional soccer coaches at tryouts are movement in the box, or just off the ball movement in general. So at most levels, a striker's worth or a player's worth is usually determined by the amount of goals he scores. So however, that stat is usually affected by a lot of factors, such as the quality of his teammates and the opposition's ability to stop him. When on trial or at a multi-day combine, it will most likely be impossible and, more importantly, pointless to rack an extreme amount of goals. While a coach is evaluating a striker or a center attacking mid or a player that's known to score goals, maybe possibly a winger, he's asking these questions. He's asking you, how smart are his runs? Is there a change of pace on his runs? Is he angled correctly? How is his timing of his runs? Does he get offside a lot? Can he get into defenders' blind spots? Is there intent towards goal during his possession? And the list goes on. Basically, when he's watching you play, he's asking himself questions and seeing if you could handle that level of opposition at the professional level. These questions should also be in your mind as a forward, a center attacking mid, a winger, or any attack-minded player that's supposed to score goals, or goals usually determine your worth. It's much more important to showcase your thinking to professional coaches than solely rely on statistics. Let me repeat that. It's more important to showcase your thinking to professional coaches than solely rely on statistics. Besides, playing smarter makes your teammates better, which in turn will help you showcase better. So the third aspect that coaches will be looking for, and unfortunately I think it's a little, and by a little I mean a lot, it's really overemphasized, especially in the United States and most of North America is athleticism. So athleticism alone will not impress a professional coach or get your opportunities to trial. However, it is an important factor during player evaluation. Physical attributes such as explosiveness, balance, speed, and jumping ability can all be easily observed. That's probably why physical traits are usually the most sought after and scouted for, at least in the US, from my own experience. So these attributes are easy for coaches to evaluate and assess on a professional playing standard. If you can jump high to reach a header on one field, you can certainly translate doing that on a professional pitch as well. So the very last tip I have that is arguably one of the most important things is positioning. So I'm just going to give you a brief statistic. So on average, a player has the ball in their possession for about 1 minute per game. So just think about that. You can do the math. That means you don't have the ball for about 89 minutes. If you're not in position, basically you're playing 99% of your game wrong, because you will have the ball about 1 minute. So coaches are always and often looking at positioning because it shows your discipline and tactical knowledge of the game. Although your teammates at an open combine or at other trials may not be tactically sound, it's an opportunity for you to lead and help other players position themselves well. There is no secrets to really how to impress professional soccer coaches. It just comes down to, are you thinking more? Is your technical base well? And do you have physical attributes that can translate onto the field? And so if you're dominating a tryout, think about why you are. Are you playing at a professional standard and dominating it? Or is it just that the level that you're playing around is just that bad? So in conclusion, the professional game is completely different than the youth and even the college game. So it only makes sense that the identification process is different as well. There are always exceptions to these guidelines, and there have been players that have proved that their relative skills can be translated to a higher level. So I wish all aspiring collegiate players, professional players, academy players, good luck on their journey, because, you know, I've been there and it's tough, and it still is tough. So the last piece of advice I want to give you is that be purposeful with how you play and how you train. Look to refine the things that matter, because at the professional level, it'll make all the difference. This is Steve Burstyn, signing out. Remembering myself.